In the 70s, Benny Urquidez was the most dangerous, dominant, and fastest opponent everyone wanted to avoid. While other champions defended their home turf, the Jet crossed oceans to destroy you on yours. But why nobody wanted to fight Benny Urquidez?
Benny right on. He knows he's got him on Dream Street. Look at that left.
Oh, he's not going to get up from that. That's it right there.
He's
That's
out.
here in Japan again.
Before we talk about the fights, you have to understand why Benny was so difficult to face. It was not just his speed. It was not just his power. It was the combination of both, along with something very few fighters possess: complete unpredictability. Benny could fight from the inside or the outside. He attacked and defended using triangular footwork. He mastered the jab, the hook, the cross, the uppercut, the overhand, and the spinning back fist. And here is the detail that drove his opponents crazy. He fought with his left side forward, and it took people years to realize he was naturally left-handed. He could switch stances in the middle of a fight from orthodox to southpaw, and from southpaw back to orthodox, simply to confuse his opponent. Just when they thought they had figured him out, Benny had already become a different fighter. His kicking game was just as dangerous. He was equally devastating with his lead leg and his rear leg. He possessed the most feared spinning back kick in professional kickboxing, and he also executed its airborne variation, the jumping spinning back kick, in real competition.
The legs away from Benny if you can.
Oh, good high round kick followed by
Benny's left. He's down. He's down. Benny hit him with several counters.
And here is the part that surprised his contemporaries the most. Benny also incorporated Muay Thai techniques, including hip-driven round kicks and knee strikes to the body techniques that most American kickboxers were not even training at the time. In an era when American fighters operated within a very narrow rule set, Benny had expanded his toolbox until it was almost limitless. Benny himself once explained it with brutal honesty. People knew me for the spinning back kick because very few fighters wanted to throw it. But I also destroyed people with ball-of-the-foot kicks, roundhouse kicks, side kicks, axe kicks, and wheel kicks. What people remember is what nobody else does. His physical conditioning was just as extreme. 15 3-minute rounds of full-speed offensive and defensive movement, with only 30 seconds of rest between rounds. This was not the training of an ordinary athlete. It was the training of someone who had turned his body into a machine built for war. And all of that training was about to be tested in the most unusual fight of his entire career in Hong Kong. Benny Urquidez was so dangerous that, in Hong Kong, a local promoter changed the rules at the last minute in a desperate attempt to make him lose. Knowing that under fair conditions, the American champion was virtually unbeatable. Yes, you heard that right. His reputation inside the ring was so feared that foreign promoters had to resort to rule changes and ambush tactics just to try to stop him. For 24 hours, rumors had been spreading throughout Hong Kong. An all-out war was about to take place between the undefeated visiting superstar, Benny, and a feared local fighter named Kung Fu Tak. When the lights came on, the trap was already set. The pressure was so intense that the roar of more than 3,000 spectators demanding blood made it impossible for anyone to take a step back. Over 4 brutal rounds, the local promoter's strategy completely fell apart. Kung Fu Tak's face swelled until it became almost unrecognizable, distorted by a massive hematoma that grew with every strike. In the very first round, one of Urquidez's kicks severely damaged his vision. Even so, the hometown fighter kept pressing forward out of pure pride, barely able to make out the silhouette standing in front of him. At the end of every round, the ringside doctors warned him of the danger of continuing, but he refused to quit. In the 4th round, he was finally knocked out, his face completely battered. The footage spread throughout the martial arts world and further strengthened Benny Urquidez's legend. Not even altered rules or a promoter's trap could stop him. But the fight that truly cemented his status as a legend came in Japan in 1977. That night, his punching power was so unbelievable that a single strike launched his opponent's mouthpiece, flying into the crowd, a moment that left everyone in attendance frozen as they witnessed the birth of a global martial arts icon. In April 1977, Benny defended his title in a nationally televised bout on CBS from the Las Vegas Hilton. On the line was the World Lightweight Full Contact Karate Championship against Howard Jackson. Jackson came out aggressively. Fast hand combinations, spectacular kicks, relentless pressure that tested Benny from the very opening minute. For several rounds, it looked as though the champion was in serious trouble. But then the left hook and a series of devastating combinations changed everything. The punches landed with such power and precision that Jackson was visibly hurt. Unable to continue, the referee stopped the fight to protect his safety.
Big difference.
He's one over 100 after fight. He's in trouble. Urquidez has Jackson hurt, and Tom Schlesinger, the referee, is going to give him in the fourth round. And that was kind of an inside punch, Joe.
It was a real short left hook that caught him and started. There's the backflip by Benny Urquidez.
That's what we were telling you about.
One of the people sitting ringside that night still remembers the moment as if it happened yesterday. I watched his mouthpiece go flying across the entire ring. That victory cemented Benny as one of the most feared fighters on the planet and proved that his punching power was not a legend, it was reality. But as remarkable as that fight was, it still was not the one that left the deepest mark on the history of the sport. In the 70s, Japan was the epicenter of the kickboxing world. Decades of refined technique, combined with the influence of Muay Thai and traditional karate, had created some of the toughest fighters on the planet. To the Japanese, American fighters were curiosities, not real threats. But that was about to change forever. On August 3, 1977, Benny faced Katsuyuki Suzuki, the number 2 ranked fighter in the Japan Kickboxing Association. The rules allowed low kicks and knees to the body, techniques Benny had trained but had never used at the highest level of competition. It did not matter. He knocked Suzuki out in the 6th round. The result shocked Japanese fans, who until then had viewed American fighters as easy opponents on their own soil. 3 months later, Japan responded immediately. The Japan Kickboxing Association organized a series of mixed matchups between American and Japanese fighters. 7 Americans crossed the Pacific. Only 2 of them won. One of them was Benny. His opponent that day was Kunimatsu Okao, the undefeated former Japanese champion, who had come out of retirement for one reason only: to restore Japan's honor, a man who had never lost. A man who returned to the ring for one purpose: to destroy the American. But in the end, Benny was the one who completely destroyed him.
Back at it. Suzuki's going on the attack. Try to take the legs away from Benny if you can.
Oh, good high round kick followed by
Benny's left. He's down. He's down. Benny hit him at several times. Benny right on. He knows he's got him on Dream Street. Look at that left.
Oh, he's not going to get up from that. That's it right there.
He's down.
That's the end of it. He's out.
I can't believe he could get up after that.
That's the end of the fight. Benny has successfully defended his world championship here in Japan again. And
From that moment on, Japan did not just respect Benny. Japan embraced him. From that moment on, champions from different countries began actively avoiding him, not because they were afraid of losing just any fight, but because they feared losing to Benny at his very best, in front of their own fans. And when the best fighters from multiple nations started avoiding him, something even more remarkable happened. His name began to spread far beyond the world of martial arts. Urquidez's reputation had already outgrown kickboxing. His name was even mentioned in discussions about a possible fight against Sugar Ray Leonard, widely regarded as one of the greatest pound-for-pound boxers of his era. The fight never came to fruition. Leonard went on to build his legendary career against icons such as Roberto Duran and Thomas Hearns, while the matchup remained one of combat sports' greatest what-if scenarios. According to rumors that circulated throughout the combat sports world at the time, Sugar Ray Leonard never agreed to the fight because Urquidez's style represented an unusually dangerous challenge. At least, that was the explanation many people believed back then. While Leonard was accustomed to solving every problem with his hands, Benny brought something no professional boxer normally had to deal with: kicks delivered with extraordinary speed and precision. There has never been any official confirmation that this was the real reason, but the fact that the matchup was seriously discussed says everything about how far Benny Urquidez's reputation had reached. His legacy, however, was not built on imaginary fights or opponents who never stepped into the ring. It was built on the fights he actually accepted, even when he had every reason to walk away. And years later, when most people believed his career was already over, he came back to prove it one more time. In December 1993, at 41 years old, and after 4 years away from competition, Benny accepted one final fight in Las Vegas against rising Japanese champion Yoshihisa Tagami for the vacant WKA World Super Welterweight Championship. Just days before the fight, Benny severely injured his left wrist during training. Any reasonable fighter would have pulled out immediately. Benny stepped into the ring anyway. Fighting with a damaged wrist, he relied on his experience, footwork, and powerful combinations to overcome a relentless young opponent in the prime of his career. It was, quite literally, his final professional battle. He retired after winning the world title, concealing the injury until after the final bell. With that victory, he officially closed the chapter on his legendary career inside the ring. But, ironically, the biggest fight over his legacy began only after he retired. Because to this day, one aspect of his career continues to divide historians, journalists, and fight fans alike. Over the years, Benny went on to capture 6 world titles across 5 different weight divisions, an achievement that remains almost unprecedented in the history of kickboxing. The most commonly cited official record credits him with 49 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 35 knockouts, and 2 controversial no contests. However, other organizations that tracked his entire career list him at 63 victories without a single defeat, including 57 knockouts. Benny himself went even further, claiming a total of 200 undefeated fights, counting amateur bouts and exhibition matches that were never officially documented. Benny once summed it up in an interview, as if he were talking about someone else. It's like people think nobody can be that good, and they believe nobody can go through a career without losing. I say it doesn't matter. If I lose, I lose. The point is that I stepped in there for the right reasons. He then delivered a line that explains better than any statistic why so many opponents preferred to stay away from him. Every one of my fights was a title fight, decades after his retirement, following a professional career that spanned 27 years and a record that historians still cannot agree on: 49 fights, 63, or 200. One simple truth remains, confirmed one fight at a time, one mouthpiece at a time, one swollen face at a time. Stepping into the ring with Benny the Jet Urquidez was never just another fight. It was, almost always, the risk of sacrificing an entire career against a man who rarely lost. And who, even when promoters tried to force him to lose by changing the rules at the last minute, still left his opponent's face unrecognizable. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, we have another one waiting for you right here.